The Yamuna is a vast river flowing through the world's largest river valley, the Ganges Basin in India. Today, this area has a population of about 500 million people. For most of them, the Yamuna is not only a natural resource, but also an object of worship. The river is a goddess, a giver of life, and a chief companion of Krishna. Her once crystal clear water, lush gardens, idyllic forests, and bountiful pastures along her banks have been attracting saints and pious people searching for peace and enlightenment for thousands of years. The glories of the Yamuna River have been sung in numerous hymns in the ancient scriptures, as well as hundreds of poems and folk songs throughout history, and also in the national anthem of India. The river Yamuna starts out as clear as rainwater from a lake and hot springs at the foot of a glacier, 6,300 meters up in the Himalayas. But as we travel a few kilometers downstream, we find not a single drop of water. The riverbed is dry. There is nothing but rocks. Alas, the holy Yamuna River, India's pride, has in a sense been stolen. Yet 200 kilometers down in the Delhi area, the riverbed is filled with water again. So, did the river escape underground and return? Further down, in Vrindavan, we see holy people and pilgrims dipping in the water and worshipping the river with devotion. Even further down, at Agra, we see crowds of people from all over the world taking pictures of one of the world's greatest wonders, India's famous landmark, the Taj Mahal, with the river right behind. But what is this stench? Why is the water black? And why is it covered with white foam and mountains of garbage? What has happened to the holy river Yamuna? Indeed, what happened has been one of India's greatest tragedies. Right now, the 80 million people who depend on this river are not at all aware that the water they worship, drink from, bathe in, or water their vegetables with is not the river Yamuna anymore, but mostly untreated sewage, industrial waste, and garbage. 97% of the water that gushed from the Himalayas has been diverted into canals and used for irrigation upstream. What remains in the riverbed dries out completely within 15 kilometers. What flows into the riverbed after that point is nothing else but human industrial and agricultural waste. The sacred river has been transformed into an open flow of sewage. The total length of the river Yamuna is 1,376 kilometers, out of which 600 are highly polluted. Fish and natural organisms can no longer survive in the water. The ecological impact has been so immense that the United Nations has declared the river Yamuna dead. In 1996, India's Supreme Court ordered that fresh water be allowed to flow all the way down the Yamuna, but that directive has never been acted on. "70% of the supply of drinking water in Delhi is not suitable for human consumption. The World Health Organization found that 23% of the children living near this river have dangerously high levels of lead, arsenic, and other toxic metals in their bodies. Many of them die from this poisoning. In 2011, a group of Hindu holy people from Vrindavan start to experience a fervent calling and spring into action. To make their voices heard by officials, they go on a protest march from Allahabad to Delhi. Soon they are joined by all sorts of other people, thousands of Muslims, Sikhs, environmentalists, farmers, and public health activists, even people from other countries. They unanimously agree that the Yamuna River needs to be rescued, her dignity restored, and that everyone has the right to fresh water, as well as other natural resources. Will the officials rescue the Yamuna? We shall see. One thing is for sure, although India's dying goddess still seems to be held captive, her blessings can already be felt. Age-long disputes among disparate groups have disappeared in this cause of saving the Yamuna. Lining up to help are people of different faiths, races, gender, and color, working in unity for a better future, to ensure respect for nature and for every living entity.
यमुने महारानी की जय।